why transition offense is very important for me and why it's important defensive rebound for me to create that transition offense. Okay, first of all, because you need to have the ball and you have to play good defense, and usually the highest percentages of getting the ball back is out of the defensive rebound. You can steal the ball, but it will be a breakaway. But it's important that you create a transition offense after being scored or after a defensive rebound. Usually I like to work on spacing, and I create corridors that are very important for me. For example, I want big guys to run on this corridor. I want position 1, 2, and 3 to run on this corridor. Why? Okay, these two corridors near to the lines are very dangerous because if they press you there, you have the risk of going out of bounds. So I prefer these two corridors for the outside guys and this corridor for the big guys, okay? So after the rebound, we want an alley pass to one of those areas, okay? And quick, be able to come to this area, keeping, like we said, the right corridors. This is one space, second one, third, and fourth space for the outside guys, okay? So if we're bringing the ball up here or here, it's very important that the other two outside guys are either on this area, either on this area, either on this area, okay? That way you create the feeling of, okay, you have position 1, and let's say you make this guy cut, and you go to this kind of positions, okay? Position 2, position 3, who clear out. Could be here, then it would be one guy here, but he should be either up here or in the corner, okay? So we have clear that on our middle corridor, we have our two bigs, okay? Let's say position 4 and position 5. If we have a big guy that really can run, that I like it, a big guy that can run, he should go straight to the basket. That way, if the ball is here, these guys have to be able to defend this situation because this is a clear basket. I remember in Madrid we have different options for JC on the transition, but one and probably the most famous one was point guard. When he get the first pass, he was looking for JC's side. If JC was here or here, he was going after him to push him, let's say, okay, to push him to run. And let's say if JC was here, they were dribbling towards JC, so JC was using a screen for the other wing, usually the 3, and 4 and 5, they were setting this kind of screen for JC for the shooter. We got one that it was called red, I remember, that everybody knew, even my assistants now in Bayern said, you play red, in that it was putting JC on the other side and make 3 screens for him. That way, he was running also for the jumper. I'm going to put an example of what Fenerbahce back on those days, I think it was in playoff time, did to stop JC in a lot of our plays. JC was receiving screens to go out where he could shoot or penetrate or create or go to the corner. No? And create these passing lanes that were very effective. Okay, Obradovic, who was a great coach, thought, okay, how do we stop this? Okay, this defender went out with JC, okay, to deny him, to keep him off the pass so he doesn't get the ball. For me, this is advantage for defense because you stop, but it's also an advantage for offense because then you will have a mismatch here because JC's men will have to defend this post-up. Let's say JC's coming off here. All the focus on the defense is on this. How about if you play a pick and roll to the other side? Maybe you have advantage. So at the end, having a player like JC who creates a lot of attention to the other team, creates situations where you maybe can get something in some other action away from where JC is attacking. And a lot of times, this is something that coaches will see, will recognize, but it's not that easy to execute defensively. And it's important that coaches, we see it, we recognize, and as offensive coaches, we make our players understand this. Okay, let's get advantage of this. Because sometimes players think, okay, get a good screen and I will get open. No, maybe get a good screen and we will get a basket or an open situation on the other side.